You are watching the biggest and the largest African spiritual platform. I'm Queen Hada, shall call me Empress Makida, the world star number 8. I am the spear of destiny. Call me Labraska because I am the sun goddess. I am the pride of our ancestors. I am African liberation. I am African spirituality. We are the highest. In fact, we are the tallest. We are the biggest African spiritual platform. I welcome you to another great episode. Today is going to be great. I can feel in my system or in my spirit. And another platform is on and then a great day because we have Bobo Shanti.
Original from creation.
On the platform, we are going to discuss spirituality of the black man. That's the topic we are going to discuss. Welcome to Revelation, sir.
Blessed, honorable.
Great. So today is your first time on this set, so you pay obeisance to the followers of this platform. Greet them. Introduce yourself to us. Tell us who you are and what you are, and greet your loved ones as well before we come to the topic.
All right. The man say each and every day Jah made it great and we will rejoice in it. He say everything the Rasta man start, we have to offer some praises, and glorify the King of Kings, So I'm Bobo Shanti, from Takrady, and I really appreciate and I give thanks for this platform because for myself I think it's the biggest thing ever, Sometimes I watch it and I feel proud that black man is finally liberating himself because so long a time we've been in slavery, downtrodden, and this platform has paved way, for most black people to come back to the higher consciousness, and that is what we want. So I will greet Nanabi, for Takrady. I will greet NMK, making it possible for this day. And I'll greet the goddess, herself, Yeah, man. And say, Jah bless you, and Jah make your way and your path straight, Jah put off all negativity and make it straight so that we will have a better Ghana, a better Africa, and we all shall all live to see. Yeah. So I give thanks on today, And before that, the man say we are go offer a little prayer, to the glorify the King of Kings, He say, oh Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth, who has set thy glory above the heavens. Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast thou ordained strength because of thy enemies, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger. When I consider the heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars, so thou hast ordained. What is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visited him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, thou hast crowned him with glory and honor. Thou hast put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, yea, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the air, the fishes of the sea, and whatsoever passeth through the paths of the seas. O Jah, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. They that trust in Jah shall be like Mount Zion, which cannot be removed but abideth forever. As the mountains are run about Jerusalem, so Jah is run about his people, henceforth even forevermore. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth his hands unto iniquity. Do good, O Jah, unto those that be good, and to those that are upright in their heart. But for unto such as turn aside to their own crooked ways, Jah Rastafari shall lead them forth in their own wicked ways. But Jah shall reign for ever and ever. Jovia, Jah Rastafari. Quote and clear. A man and a man, Sila.
Jah Rastafari.
Selassie I, Almighty I.
Yo, so bless up. It's a great day. It's going to be great. I told you.
Man.
We welcome you. We
Thank
appreciate your presence on this platform. So we will do our randoms as usual. Even Jesus, Satan, Lucifer himself, or very randoms.
Yeah, man.
Is part of the platform. So we will do the randoms for like about 5 minutes and then pim into your topic. So we welcome you. We've appreciated you. Welcome you, my people. Let's see what happens today.
Yeah.
So when they say Rasta man, who is a Rasta man?
A Rasta man is a true born creation of the Most High, who always stick to the teachings, of the King of Kings, Emperor Selassie the First. The man say, and him we glorify, only the only man that the Rasta man bow down to. And he say the King of Kings. But when you say Rasta man, we take the prophecy from number 6, the vow of the Nazarite. Rastaman, there can be a Rastaman born from the womb, like Samson, John the Baptist, Ezekiel, them. They are all born from the womb. They are Nazarite from the womb, and Rastaman. And we have those that take the covenant when they are being born, like myself. You see, after passing through all the paths, I come to choose Rastafari as the Nazarite and take the vow. And the number 6 show you that when you take the vow, no razor shall come upon your head. And the man says, you shall never drink strong wine, the strong wine. You keep some principles. And that is a Rasta man. So when we say a Rasta man, it's not about a dread, A Rasta man is a man who always defend the right. He never do the wrong, He always show love to the people. It's about the liberty you live with your neighbor that makes you a Rasta, not the dreadlocks. Because Emperor last year, I don't have the dreadlock, but it's a Rastafari. Marcus Garvey never have the dreadlock, but it's a Rastafari. So it's about the liberty. You live with your neighbor, how you connect, the love, the sharing and caring. You see, lifting up one another. That makes you a Rastafari. So when you say Rasta, you say righteous African stand tall alone. You can't be an African when you are not righteous. And an African, you stand tall alone. And that means you have to live a righteous life. And that is Rastafari.
That is Rastafari.
Selassie.
So what's the meaning of Selassie and Jehovah and Jah? What is Jah? What is Jehovah? What is Selassie?
You see, Selassie is a name, just a name. And it is a deeper meaning, because when you say Selassie, that means he has heard the Almighty. That's why even the West, they always say Selassie. You ask, you say yes, it means he has heard. It's a name, a mystical name, which was given to we black people. So Emperor Selassie come to fulfill Psalm 80 and 7, you see. His foundation is in the holy mountains, Jah over the gate of Zion, more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Coming down, we tell you that with Philistia, Tyre, and Ethiopia, this man was born there. And the highest himself shall establish here. So Rasta man, we look at the prophecy fulfilling, and we follow the man. And you see, he is the only man and the only king who introduced the first written constitution upon this earth, before even the white man got to know about something like that. So him come to pave way, and Selassie is just a name with the inner meaning that he has heard. Whatever you have said, the Most High have heard. Coming down to Jah. Jah was the name given to us by David in Psalm 60 and 8. And that is what we use to decode that Psalm 68. We don't say, let God arise, because we don't know the type of God. So we say, let Jah arise. That is, you've made it specific. That's the name that he should arise. So coming down to the verse 4, David said, extol him that ride upon the heavens by his name Jah. So it's a key word, that David brought out, that we followed, because he said he ride upon the heavens and his name is Jah. So Jah is the name for the one who sits upon the throne. It's a Rastafari. And when we say Rastafari, Rastafari is the name of Haile Selassie. So when you say you are a Rasta man, you can't be a Rasta man where you don't heed to the teachings of Haile Selassie, because you can't bear his name and suffer the consequence of something you don't know about. So when you start to grow the dread and you want to be a Rastafari, that means you take the responsibility. You are going according to the teachings of the King of Kings. So Jah is the name given to us by David, and Selassie is the name given by the man himself, because when he was born, the father named him Rastafari Makonnen. That is the real name, and Ras means head. So Rastafari Makonnen was the name given by the father. But when he reaches his state of higher consciousness in 1930, when he was crowned, he brought out the name Emperor Haile Selassie to mean the power of the Trinity. So whenever we say Haile Selassie, we talk about the Godhead, the power of the Trinity. That is the meaning of Haile Selassie.
Okay. So you've been quoting Bible.
Yes.
Is Rastafari a religious group or body? And if yes, Quran, Bible, and Bhagavad Gita, all the religious books, which one do you people connect with?
As a Rastafari, I connect with everything spiritual. I don't say I connect to Bible or Quran. When I see that the truth in the Quran, I have to follow because I'm here for the truth. So as a Rasta man or as a Bobo man, I use the Bible, though I believe it's mixed with good and bad. Yes, still I use it. I use the Quran, I use Bhagavad Gita, anything that talks about the truth. That is what I am here
What
for.
is the truth?
Yes, the truth is about knowing yourself and who you are, to live under the sun. So we are all searching for the truth, to know who we are. And like I said already, to know yourself is really deep.
To know yourself is
really deep.
It's really
deep because, one, for you to know yourself, you should be able to understand your language very well. And that is what is confusing us now.
We'll come to that.
Yes.
But what has this Rastafari, the one that believes in Emperor Selassie, follow no, any Rastafari, these people and weed.
Okay.
Well, how do you explain? How do you blend these things? The herb weed.
Rastafari.
Indian herb.
It's a spiritual journey. Weed is a sacrament. So, as a Rastafari, we use it for meditation. The first step to light. And when we talk of the weed, why are they stopping the people? Because there is something in there. But to me, the Rasta man, I take it as a sacrament. You see, as a source of strength for me to till the land. That is Psalm 104, showing you that he created the grass for the cattle and the herb for the service of man, to bring food from the earth. So as a Rasta man, or down way back in Jamaica when they took our forefathers there, it was the source of strength for them to work. Otherwise, they would die because of the hard work. So after that, you see, it's either you choose to boil and drink, you choose to burn the herb or smoke, you choose to use it for food, or you have used it. You see? So it gives you some kind of strength in what you are doing. So Rastafari cannot do away with the herb. And you see, in Bible times, we were called a Nazarite, but now they call it Nati, because a spiritual is there, you can't take it away. They just shorten it and say Nati, meaning Nazarite of old, because we carry the beard, we carry, you know, we separate the uncleanness from the cleanliness. We don't do nothing like that. It's a spiritual journey. So somebody who just have the dread is different from somebody who is a Rastafari. So having the dread doesn't make you spiritual, but the life you are living, hidden to the teachings of Emperor Haile Selassie, make you spiritual, and therefore you know how to live your life.
So what is the basics of spirituality when it comes to a Rastafarian? What would be the source of their power for spirituality?
Nature.
Nature.
Yeah, because nothing can teach you more than nature.
Nothing can teach you more than nature. So when a Rasta man dies, what else?
When a Rasta man dies, he will come back.
So Rasta man believe in reincarnation.
That is it. That is it. When I came to meet my forefathers, that's what they told me. That when you dead, you go and come back. So for me, I believe in it, and Rastafari, I believe in it. So we believe that when one pass out or when one go to rest, you come back again in different form, you see, based on your present life that you have lived. You can come as a human being, you can come as a water body, you can come, because Psalm 24 says the earth is jar and the fullness thereof. So everything we see upon the land is jar. Man is jar, the tree is jar, and therefore you have to get that spiritual connection with them, and they will teach us.
And they will teach us. You are watching The Biggest Mind. Last question, then we get into your topic. So I am seeing tetragrammaton and a tetragrammaton on your ring.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it on your stick.
Yeah.
What has the Rasta man got to do with tetragrammaton? And what is actually the meaning of tetragrammaton?
Tetragrammaton is the Godhead. Like I said, Empress last year means power of the Trinity. You see? So when you look at the badges on Selassie, you will see it there. He is him and him. So tetragrammaton means the Godhead. You see? And pentagrammaton, some will ascribe it to Jesus Christ. So as a Rastafari, I know the Star of David because once in the olden days it was on our currency. You see? So it's part of us. It's our symbol that we use.
So do Rasta man believe in Muhammad and Jesus? Do you believe in him? If yes, how? Where do you place him?
Well, I don't believe in Muhammad. You see? I don't believe in Muhammad. And for Jesus, I would say yes, because I don't know the kind of Jesus you are talking about. We have Jesus, we have Jesus. They are two different things. Don't forget the first slave ship that came to Africa to take our forefathers was called the good ship Jesus. So when we are talking, we don't have to confuse. They are two different things. When we talk of the black Christ, that is Jesus, the Nazarite. You see?
At the moment I mention Muhammad and I add Jesus, you should know the Jesus I'm talking about.
That's what
the
I'm
one
saying.
We are worshiping.
Yes. For me, I believe in him, but the only thing I believe is a black Christ.
Not the Jesus in the picture we know.
It's just a picture.
So the black one, do you think is the one in the church?
No, because you see, when you want to follow someone, you follow everything that he does. You see, Christ in the Bible times always wear robe. That is the order, because Christ never come to do anything on his own. It's an order. That's why Psalm 110 show you that he's an order after the order of Melchizedek. So even Christ came to follow the order of Melchizedek, because Melchizedek put that order there.
So why do you believe in Christ but you don't believe in Muhammad?
Well, Muhammad, like I'm saying, Christ belongs to me because he's black. That's why I follow him. But I don't follow Muhammad because Muhammad came to institute his religion with blood. And Rastaman don't do anything that talks with blood, that deal with blood. To kill people to establish a religion, may not follow you, man.
But Jesus is so blood. What do you think about this?
That is to some people. That's why as a Rastaman, I don't buy that. Because if always you should go to the church, eat somebody's body and drink his blood, you are turning into a vampire. Because only a vampire eats blood, eats human body and drink blood. So when we get to, when the Rasta man start to reason these things, we can't follow them because I'm not ready to eat blood, to drink blood and to eat somebody's body. No, I'm not ready for that. But I'm ready to listen to his teachings that lead to salvation.
So according to you, when they say salvation, how do you understand salvation?
Salvation is coming to know the fullness of the Creator. You see, salvation means you have come to realize yourself in connection with the Creator. That is salvation. And salvation is per head. So spirituality is a network that links individual to his Creator. There is no laid down rules for spirituality. You see? And I am not going to go into religion, but I talk spirituality. So spirituality basically is a network. So your spirituality might be different from my spirituality. That doesn't mean you are wrong or I am wrong. That is your spirituality. That is how you feel you can connect to your creator. You see? And there are certain names that we black people have to come back and check it out again.
Which are those names?
Like when we say Nyame, you don't worship Nyame because Nyame is an Akan word. When you break it, we have Nya and Me. They are two different things. So Nya means to attain and Me means self. You see? So Nyame is not a deity. It's a word. It's just an Akan word. So why are we struggling? What Nyame are you worshiping? Nyame is just a word. So if I need you, you need me. That's how Jah created it. So what I don't do for you, I don't do for myself. If I kill you, I kill myself. But we don't know that. So Nyame means to attain self. That's why Christ said, you are all gods. Psalm 82 say, you are all gods. You see, I need you, you need me. Today, Onyankopon. Onyankopon means what? Nyanku means friend. And Pon means the greatest. That's why Jah was a friend to Abraham. He is a friend to you, he is a friend to me. So Nyanku, when we say Nyanku means friend. So the creator is our friend. But he is the greatest friend. To not say Nyanku upon. Simple. But now, how do blacks take that? That's why I said to know yourself is very deep. First and foremost, if you don't understand your language, you can never be a spiritual person. Because you'll be confused in many things. That is why we have to come down, check certain names that our forefathers gave.
Like, give me like 3.
For example, let's take the days of the week. We have Kwesida. Kwesida means what? The day, because when we talk of the Kwa people, we are the Kwa people. We have Kwame, we have Kwajo. So basically, we are called the Kwa people. So when we say Kwasi, that means Kwa is the surname of the Most High. It's Kwesida, the day the Almighty descended to create everything. Our forefathers look at how events were being said, then they give names. But coming down to a day like Benada, when the Akan man say Bena, that means morning. That is how it is. But now, the white man coming and say Benada means Tuesday. It's absolute madness. Because how can Benada means Tuesday? Benada is a day of mourning. Until you say, all fishermen, don't go. You can come, join, we mourn. You see? Okay. So that is it.
You are watching the biggest and the largest. So the Bobo, what is the Bobo and the Shanti?
Bobo Shanti was the religious, or I would say, the levity that was taken from here to Jamaica in those times. So Bobo Shanti never originated from Ghana here. The source is from here, but recently it come down from Jamaica. So Bobo can mean black, it can mean light. So as you can see that the under is round and the fire is inside. Bobo Kania. Then the Shanti refers to the fearsome tribe, the last tribe to be conquered on this land. That is the Ashanti people. So it's a Bobo Shanti movement. That's a unification of the black people under the red, gold, and green banner. Yes, I.
You are watching the biggest. Okay, so spirituality of the black man.
Yeah.
When you say spirituality of the black man, what are we talking about? What is spirituality in the first place?
Spirituality, like I said already, is a network, you see, that links an individual to his or her creator in the universe.
So what is spirituality of the black man?
Spirituality of the black man talks about how our forefathers used to connect with nature and the universe. That is what we are coming to talk about.
Okay. So take us through.
Yes. When we talk of the spirituality of the black man, before somebody or before a black man will be able to set up on a spiritual journey, first, you have to know himself as a black man. Knowing yourself as a black man, talking as a black man, dressing like a black man, meditating as a black man. Because no race think of we. Every race meditates on its own. So as a black man, you have to know yourself, know who you are, where you come from, where you are going.
How do we know that? Break it down. How do we know that? How do we know ourselves as black people? How do we know, where do we come from? Where will we break it down?
Well, the black man, you see, there is a saying that out of one comes all. And from the Rastafari point of view, there is no country like Ghana, Nigeria, no. That is, it is discriminate, it is differentiating we, and we don't need that. That's why we use the word black. Our Ethiopian. We are all Ethiopians. So under this sun, we have been bent by the sun. That's why we are called the black people. So black people have this source of spirituality that we used to live in those times. And that spirituality was how we were able to connect with the nature that was around us. So for someone to be able to be on that spiritual journey, first, the person should be able to connect to earth, sky, and sea. You have to be able to connect to the sky, the earth, and the sea, because these three things were created together. So when you are able to connect with them, that is the first part of spiritual journey. One, how do you connect with the earth? One, by walking barefoot. You see, nowadays, I will agree with a lot of people that personal hygiene, but no, when you are in the house, at least you should get that connection. Now, what happens to our kids? By 2 years, 3 years, they start to put sandals, so the child never get that connection. But for we black people, to be able to connect with the earth, we have to walk barefoot sometimes, because there are more healing properties from the earth. Being a woman or a mama, it can heal us spiritually and physically. So first thing, to connect with the earth, you have to walk barefoot.
Well, that's
why I'm saying that outside there are no tiles.
You saw tiles?
Eh.
Ah, you didn't see tiles?
Wow.
There's tiles everywhere.
Because
if you are tiles in the micro concrete, so I'm asking if it is bare.
Then the person should always make it a time, find a time to go to places like the seaside, walk. If about 30 minutes, just have that connection. That is one way of connecting with the earth.
Okay.
And two, to connect with the earth, one, you have to connect to the plants. Because don't forget, in the victory banner that the country hides up, that red, gold, and green, it said the green represents our vegetation. And how do we connect to that? You see? Now, to connect with the plants, one, we eat them to cure ourselves. Two, we use them for bathing, which is ancient rite our forefathers used to do. You see, to ward off negative energies and so on. And this is how you connect to the plant. Either you boil, you drink, you see, just have that connection. Sometimes you can go and sit under the tree. You see, just talk to the tree, because Jacob talked to the rock. So why can't we talk to the tree? It's a living thing. So we have that connection with plants, vegetation. You see? And again, to connect with the earth is what we come in with libation. Because our forefathers, right from the Bible and things, they were all pouring libation. They didn't belong to any religion. They were free people practicing their spirituality. But what do we see now? Now, we take those people as our ancestors. Somebody who was pouring libation is your ancestor, then why don't you perform it? They didn't belong to any religion. So to connect with the earth, one, you have to pour libation. Either with strong drink, with wine, with water, with anointing oil, anything to pour on the ground. You connect with nature, and that is libation. Again, you can also connect with the earth by tilling the land. You know, farmers have that connection.
I want that one done pouring of libation with hot drink and
because that is what I'm saying. We are taking it from what we are reading from the scriptures. I came to meet it, that it was written there. Jacob did it, David did it, Moses did it.
All these people were leaders.
And these are the people we are taking as our ancestors now.
All these people were leaders. So if leaders were pouring libation, for me, say that's why we have our kings and all that. I feel they are in a position to do libation pouring. It shouldn't be an individual affair. I think there should be a different way of connecting directly to the creator than libation, because I feel that libation, look at the people you were mentioning, these are people who were leading crowd. So they pour libation for over thousands of people. That was crowd. So I don't want to get into this, but pouring libation for only one head, I think it's below belt.
That means, from what you are saying, that means it's good for a spiritual man who is standing in for a whole lot of people.
Exactly my point.
So if you are a spiritual man, you see.
But when we come in, you are talking to a lot of people here. So at the people keep saying this, say pour libation, pour libation, pour libation, pour libation. So everybody feel praying is like pouring libation. They don't actually explain to people that the people you can call they pour libation, look at their status. And you're here. Be or mind confu be and also say priest be and also say so I think we should actually break that thing down for people to understand.
Jacob was a lonely man.
Jacob was a leader, and Jacob was actually running from a whole family.
The time Jacob poured the libation, he didn't have people to lead them. The time when you read Genesis 28 there, when he made that rock and poured a libation, he was alone.
Based on what?
Yes, because he thought that there was the presence of God there.
Because of what he saw.
Yes, and he poured a libation.
So
like I'm saying, if you are a priest leading people, you have the right to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, that you see. Is correct, because I am speaking it as a spiritualist.
Okay.
You see that me too, I'm a spiritual man, you see, and I have people to help.
That's what I'm saying, that so when you people are talking about libation, you people should broaden it for the individual to understand.
But you know, the truth is, when we came to meet our forefathers, they used to pour. Like Emperor Haile Selassie, I said, what life has taught me, what you are learning is what we are talking about.
Before Jacob will pour the libation, he placed a stone there. Stone no did it also no. And no or pour libation no. So if we came to meet our forefathers pouring, we know people who were pouring libations on graveyard. All these people pour libation on something. So if we should pour libation because we came to meet, where do you think we should pour it? Should we pick stones and pour them? How do we pour it?
I think pouring libation, you can pour it on a stone, you can pour it on a bare land, because when even the whole nation is having their ceremony, when the high priest comes, you pour it upon the land. You never pour it upon anything.
The whole nation, because the whole land, this nation,
so you pour it
they
upon
dwell on the land.
Yes.
So they were talking to thousands of people and they are dwelling.
Yes.
That's why they pour on the land.
Yes.
I will call you to come so we share ideas about this libation thing, because I think a lot of people are getting it wrong. And now everybody is pouring libation.
Now, what is your reason for pouring the libation? What is the outcome? You see?
Why should one pour libation? That's what we should talk about.
Libation helps you to connect with the angels of the earth. Don't forget, our forefathers used to connect to these river bodies and things through libation. Because there is no specific prayer to go and stand there and pray. What are you saying? But our forefathers had their way.
Do you see meditation as a prayer as well?
Meditation is inner self.
So
to reach the higher consciousness.
Okay, so and the pouring of libation.
And libation is a prayer. They are two different things.
Like I said, we will talk about this one day.
Yes,
so you just continue with your topic.
So that is one thing. Then we come to tilling the land. That's why farmers have that great connection with the land, because they till the land every day. And therefore, they have that spiritual connection with the land. So these ways that I have outlined, if one wants to begin a spiritual journey as a black man, he should be able to connect with the earth. 2, connecting with the sky or the heavens. That is where we have the white occultism coming in with their Mercury and their Venus and things. You see? But to connect with it, 1, our forefathers believed in the Son of God. That whenever the sun appears, there is new hope of life. And therefore, they attributed the sun to male and the moon to the female. So for someone to be able to connect with the heavens, that's why they say you have to face the sun and pray. It is a spiritual connection, not just to face it and pray, but you know, it deep.
They say gaze the sun.
You see, then you pray. Then you can also activate that through the moon rituals. You know, when waning of the moon, what do you do? Waxing of the moon, what do you do? Full moon, what do you do? These are the things that our forefathers were doing, we came to see. Full moon rituals, you just form some water, prepare it, you bath. You see, whenever you're praying, you face the east, you pray. When that comes in, that comes when the whites introduce the white occultism. And now they come to teach us that the days of the week can be attributed to Mercury, to Venus, to Jupiter, to this. Our forefathers never knew that. That is white occultism.
The zodiac signs.
That is white occultism. Because, you see, coming back, when the white man came, he said, Tuesday, that we call Benada, he came with the word called Mass. Our forefathers never knew Mass. It's white occultism because they wanted to have a connection with the heavens. I'm not saying it's wrong, but that's their way. And we have our way, they have their way. We have our black occultism, they have their white occultism. You see? So to connect with the heavens are some of the things that I have said now. When you start to perform these full moon rituals, that means you are connecting to the moon. When you start, you see, to face or gaze the sun, pray, meditate, you know, for the healing powers. Because the sun has a whole lot of healing properties. You see, early in the morning, the sun that comes, you can sit inside, meditate for a little while. Then it's a spiritual connection to yourself, not to somebody. That's why I say spiritually connect the individual to its creator and the universe. Now, coming back to the sea, you know, some people normally pray by the riverside and things. It's good because it's a spiritual connection. Because for me, I don't think there's a demon in water bodies. Because just say in the psalms that the earth, you see, or the sea itself, the voice of Jah is upon the waters. The God of glory tendereth. That means Jah is upon many waters. So for me, spirituality, I don't imagine that there is a demon in the water, no. Because Jah never showed me that. Jah and the devil cannot all be in the same water. So Jah is in water bodies. And that is what the psalmist says in Psalm 29. The voice of Jah is upon the waters. And he said, Jah is upon many waters. So when you go to a riverside to pray, you see, the meditation that you carry to go there should be positive. There shouldn't be any negative vibes that this water, this spirit is. No, that is far from that. We go there to the riverside to meditate for positive vibes. You know, even sometimes you can pray, fetch the water. If there is a sickness, you can, with your faith, you can drink it to go. So, for the spiritual journey of the black man to begin, these things should be connected. Because when Jah created everything, he gave angels of the land, we have angels of the sea, we have angels in the heavens. So, for me to walk in a spiritual way, I have to connect these things. That is first the spiritual journey of connection with the earth, the sky, and the sea. Now, coming back again to the black man's spirituality, one thing that we are lacking now is the acknowledgement of the power of women and how we handle them during menstruation. It's killing us, you know. Black man should be able to come back to realize the power of a woman, because we have more spiritual women that have now due to their influence. Let me give you an example like Queen Nyabingi. Why do Rastas take Queen Nyabingi and follow her? Somebody even know that Nyabingi is a woman. But Nyabingi, the Queen of Uganda, used to defeat her enemies with the kete drum. And whenever he's going to war, he played the Nyabingi. And now Rastas take that. And he say Nyabingi is a life to the righteous, death to the wicked. It was derived from a woman. Coming back to Queen of Sheba. Through Queen of Sheba, the kingdom of Solomon departed from Israel to Ethiopia. Now, when we start to acknowledge this, one thing that is disturbing the youth today is that we are under the curses of these same our women we are living with. We are under their curses. Because you take a woman, you give birth with a woman, you leave her, the woman starts to cry, to curse you. So the youth now are suffering from the curses of women. Yes. That is our problem now.
Doggy kwe.
That's our problem now. You see, all of a sudden the workers collapse. Yes, but he doesn't sit down to realize how he treated the woman. Because one, right from the start, black man was not taught how to appreciate a woman and how to even know the power of a woman. There is a confusion here. When a man and a woman come together to make a union, the power is not with the woman, it's with the man. It's not with the man, it's with the woman. But the head is the man. When it comes to affairs, that is the work of the man. But when you talk of the power, it's with the woman. But now, what do we see? We don't appreciate women. And you see, and because of that, they are not able to bring out what is in them. Besiano powers na nkodo de boa de kowanim no. She keep it because you are not treating her right. Debia, she is crying. And at the moment a woman starts to cry because of a man, the next thing is curse. That is what is happening now. Into how we black people are going to acknowledge the power of our women and how we handle them during menstruation. Because one, ask yourself, say, a woman is menstruating and he's carrying pure water upon the hot sun. It's a kind of punishment, you know. But that is not how we used to live. When a woman is in her flowers, she's being separated for 7 days. And that is when you come to Leviticus 15, it talks about the pollution. So for a man to take a woman, to live with a woman, you have to understand. And a Rasta man will say you have to overstand. Because if you are under this table, you can never stand. So when you start to understand why she's a woman, you know how to handle her during her menstruation. When a woman menstruates, you set her apart. And during that 7 days that she is bleeding, it is the duty of you, the man, to provide the woman with fruits. Because she is losing blood. Hey! She's losing blood. So the woman is inside, and you, the man, you come in with oranges, banana.
You worship. You come to worship.
That
Say
is
it
something that will
understand.
Something that will help the woman to replace everything she's
when
losing.
They see the sorry now the fruit to see or go hands on, so they don't understand that there is blood. They believe that there is a blood that is written on a paper in the gohonzon, and they are paying sacrifice to what they have to do. You have to do for a woman who is in her menstruation to be a blessing. Is what is being.
That is it. That is what I am saying. So now you can see that men, we have accepted pollution. They are all on the same bed. Come and chop. But that is not the levity. That is not spirituality.
Practice spirituality.
Yes, that is up to you. But don't forget, at the end, it will affect you, whether you like it or yes.
How does it affect them?
Because one, says, because at the theme, a fee, black people, we don't tolerate a fee. Especially menstruation. Until up to now, even when you go to most north, it's still there. Dan kakrababi, no wechiwo, also kofichi, not question 7 days. Then the man will do your own thing. When you cook and the woman want to nyom something.
This is what was promoting polygamy and all that, because they believe that the 7 days now we able and somebody must be there and you know this.
Yes, but me, I don't see polygamy as a wrong thing.
I'm not saying it's wrong,
but
I just said it is.
Yeah.
That's what it says wrong.
So that is how it should be done.
Okay, and how do we connect with the sea? You didn't bring that in.
Yes, connecting to the sea. That's why I was saying that sometimes we can go there and meditate. You see, sometimes you can sit beside the sea, just gaze at the sea and meditate. Your prayers and everything made up by the sea. You see, you connect with the sea. Sometimes you even speak to the sea. Because one thing that the black man has lost now is word, sound, and power. To be a spiritual man is not invocation. For me, I believe that a spiritual man, you should be trained yourself to a certain level whereby you get the word, sound, and power. You talk and it happens. That is spirituality. So our forefathers, that is how they used to live. Supposing I'm walking, I see an animal and things, I have to kill. No, just talk. That is spirituality. That is inner self, higher consciousness. To reach that state, it takes a lot of sacrifice.
So Africans, are we in our spirituality or we've deviated?
No, we've deviated because now we are not acting as Africans. So where is the power? If we are in our spirituality, where is the power? Now all the races are downtrodden we. Now black man, the daughter of Zion, has faded out. And they say, races are black man has become, that's what they say, it's a shithole. Black man is a shithole. So where is our spirituality? But the spirituality is the backbone of the nation. Now whatever we do, black man condemn his own thing. Adibia black man, they be a condemn. And now we start to talk about things that divide us. It's absolutely crazy. If a nation wants to move forward, we don't need things that would differentiate. No. Adibia divide and rule. It's not from the Most High. Divide and rule system is not from the Most High. We need to come together as a nation. If this is your spirituality, this is my spirituality. The question is, how do we help our country with our spirituality? Because the nation is falling apart. Everything is destroying in the nation. So, for us to come and realize ourselves as black people, we are not in our spiritual world now. We have deviated. Now we want to think like a white person. Which is wrong. Obroni is not the same.
That's all about come off.
Oh, for that one, you see, a language. That's why I was saying that me, I go deep into my language. But sometimes, vernacular no be on task because now the English has become universal. That is why I use it. So that is it.
So now that we have deviated, no courses being a day by so. Name 5 things you see in Ghana that you will say for sure that is because black man has lost his spirituality. The reason we are seeing these 5 vivid things.
It's a black man or spirituality and going say spirituality. We are illiterate. Yes, because sensu edaho wankasa esanum esadigwal. Let's say now, where's your mind? It's a make a day we have deviated because our forefathers know they used to keep waters clean. Where communal labor, what do those know fine? Because it's their source of life. Obi anywhere, a settlement and Suda will be to my settle in Sunda will be settled. Now, what will you drink? So the first things our forefathers used to consider before they settle is water body. Because it's the most important thing. And imagine why is it that they kept it clean and now this generation we are destroying everything and we say we are practicing spirituality. It's totally bullshit. You know you are practicing spirituality and you are spoiling your water bodies. In Diana, we are just falling them down. But that is nature. I don't know boy as black people. Obi yalea wako chucha ne back ni bi one. But the next time he goes it's not there. What happens? Now they have to sell before you get. You see where the nation is heading to.
Okay, so that is 2, water and trees.
Now again we have denied our culture.
Which is?
Well, the culture varies. Every tribe and its culture.
Tribe
will be our denying a day.
A bit to say.
CCM funny day. Eba a year yoma funeral making. Now we tend to what party? I want to say, you pushing nation into a state be very dangerous because when we say a year, you are just going to, you see, sympathize with the person. It's not merrymaking. But now what happens even there? And now even at the cemetery, somebody is eating yogurt. Oba, Natale, Shani Bibi, another baby read them room. I say, our forefathers were very, very, very intelligent. Only the mother no. Now we are saying we are civilized. But our forefathers never did that. Oba making sure that we are cleansing them first. With either salt or nyanya or hyssop, anything, adibi or fill it up, they cleanse no obey and they cleanse himself. But this generation, what is happening? We have denied it. In say no funeral, you are saying you are turning into party. In say no be ko funeral, and they answer, oh, you just going to enjoy. These things doesn't help. It doesn't help. Inti you want you maybe blacks say I'm sorry. My spirituality now, our forefathers left us because that's the greatest property we have. Spirituality. And no, we are unique. We have powers. Now where's our powers? Everybody is a spiritual, but where is the power? Can we do it now? What stage stage of consciousness did those people reach before they were able to do that? They didn't do that on a silver platter. They practice. You have to spirituality. No, one. That's why we chose the Rastafari way. Because Rastafari don't know. Because into me I come and see podo about 2-3 months. Never blame na me. What kind of human being am I? But you see, it's cops or your phone. Before we phone, a phone continue say anyway. Na say yes, because here we funu because now enkoto akoko na ntwaniti na nwe. You just go and buy a fun.
Akoko fun.
Yeah. So I'm say this generation thinks we are wiser, but we are the most stupidity.
Oh,
true, because young way of life, is out of context. Just say on tasumu.
A easy way.
And when the other races sit down and take the black man into consideration, they can never understand, because don't forget the white man know our history well. They know who we are. They know the great kings we have had in those times, how we used to rule the world. They know. And now, if they see the black man coming down so low, why did they hate Idi Amin? And now they start to blackmail him that all we need panefu. You see, it's propaganda. Black man is suffering propaganda.
Idi Amin not really panefu.
It's never true. It's never true, because you see, the whole Africa, the only president, you see, what we call the black supremacy. So before even you talk to a white man, you have to kneel down. These things put bitterness in them. The only president at the whole Africa, to show the black supremacy. We are not what we think we are. We are more than that. And for you to read that stage, that is what we call nyame. Nyame is not to be worshipped. No. How can you worship nyame? A word. You see, and everybody, yeti, where's nasi? Nyankopon, or you're just a friend.
You have explained that.
Yes. So all these things make up the black man's spirituality.
Okay, so now, like you said, Bibi ayen ne kronumu say.
Yes.
Is there hope?
Well, there is hope.
Great.
There is hope, because
so there is hope. So because twaso honafa structures that you think we should put together to make that great change and
say hope our say now some hidden secrets are in those times, due to mental slavery in particular. Now we are embracing it. There is hope. If we all should come together, let's put the religion aside. Me, I don't have problem with that. If you're a Christian, if you're a Mohammedan, if you're a Rastafari, I don't have problem with that. You are free. But let our spirituality guide us. Because only a backbone. For me, I think there is hope. Even for this platform to come, there is hope.
Yeah. Okay, your time not until last words advice I would be many padia. Maybe I yen trying to abolish cra. Now maybe I yen try to be vibrate or to be brave. I did great change.
One, and you maybe as black people, we have to do away. One, we have to accept that we are blacks. Now we are not accepting that fact. We are trying to live like other nations. Enti say you come back ni ebehu say ye be before dey nieti. It's all about the mind. The mind should be tuned to that part. Say me bibini me way of life only. Sometimes I ask myself if somebody during that time, so we are for we are singing now, but your grandfather didn't hear that. A certain race should come and tell him before he hear. What kind of life is that? The whole world, people for the whole world, fine. But I'm not want it. And now a certain race should come all the way from his country to come and tell my grandfather that a certain man come to die for the whole world. So where me papa me na number be no motena nkan wi ade no ho a. Why didn't they hear? No tribe in Ghana here could trace in history Abraham. No tribe. When they have something, they say, oh, not that Persian. They don't say Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. We have to accept certain things that we are blacks. Na mekano no tribe in Ghana here our family e ko say ko trace history abeka cho there history no obi o ma ona na bia fe na Abraham
na den tribe ni bi wa wo trace obi hu Salasi ya woman
on say tribes no anwona so to Salasi
ti Salasi as if for
because you see it's a spiritual name so one thing that I will advise is that the spiritual people in the country, let's try to cooperate. You see, at the moment, the spiritual people in the community start to fuss and fight, the nation will never go forward. But when we start to cooperate, we have to cooperate. What you know is different from what this person knows. I have to contact you. What is this? What is this? Oh, because some people are ignorant, like Marcus said, ignorance carries the burden. You see, and intelligence carries the word. It say, young spiritual people, young kambum, na say young strong enough, able to me a hold one on more na. It will be difficult. No matter what, it will be difficult.
No matter what, it will be difficult. You.
So, for me, I think the platform has paved way. Sometimes I watch and I'm very happy because I see certain things that I couldn't tell some people some time ago. Now people are saying it and people are believing it. But as I'm not against religion. Where you are, that is your faith. But don't do away with your spirituality. Because first and foremost, nobody came with a book.
Nobody came with a book.
Nature is our book.
We came to meet it.
We came to meet
die and
it.
live
So
it.
what life is teaching you is your book.
What life is teaching you is
Yes.
your book. Your time no answer. Inti ye wan kan mo kasa ni bi kura nti answer na ye be koi no. Me pese wo de Rastafari language ni bi send message come from President Akufo-Addo. Any the otoaso nyine but say omo ankasa they should be spiritual. So they rule the country with spirituality.
They are. Yes. So, my last word for the government of the nation is that we have to buck up, we have to stand up, and we have to deal with spirituality in the highest level. You see, sometimes we have to make sure that the whole nation come back to spirituality. You see, let's try to unite the spiritual people so that we can have a better country. I give thanks, the man say it's a great day, and meeting Queen Makeda, you see, the man say it's a great day. So I give thanks, and to the Honorable President, long live, the man say, no matter what, I him are the president, so we glorify still, So give thanks and blessed love, one and all. We give thanks for the day. Yeah.
Thank you. By Daddy Bosco Becca say bombo clat. No, Jina Choco no oka.
Bombo clat is not a good word.
Hey, okay, yeah.
It's not.
I say you don't say it, but when you go to Choco and you hear bombo clat, bombo clat.
It's not.
Don't say bombo clat.
It's not.
Say ja.
It's not a good word.
But you can say ja.
Ja is different. Only say bombo.
No, we know. They have taught us here that bombo
not,
clat is not a good word. But they say it in Choco.
I'll give out one spiritual direction to each and every one.
Okay.
We want to. Anyone who thinks he is being under a certain spell and you want to break it, it's as simple as that. Just get your urine.
Huh?
Your urine.
Pee-pee.
Yeah. You have to get it. Then we have the nape of your neck. There is a hair here.
The last one.
Yes, your nape here. You have to cut it.
Then
you get 9 needles. Put them all in a saucepan. And at 12 o'clock midnight, read Psalm 35 and start the operation. Make sure all doors are locked. And whenever you hear any knock, don't answer. This is not for everybody. Somebody who believes is under a spell and he can't break it.
Okay. So say again, the saucepan, the motuemuhi,
and the hair, the nape of the neck.
And then the needle, 30.
What? No, 9.
9.
It should be 9.
It
should be new needles.
New needles. Near the good saucepan.
Then you start to Then you set the fire, you put it on it.
And the pee in the saucepan?
All in the saucepan.
Boiling?
Boiling.
Wow.
Make sure the urine boils and finishes.
And
as it's burning, then you start to recite your Psalm 35. Plead my cause, soldier, with them that strive with me, fight against them that fight against me. You start to recite it until you see everything is finished.
Now, Asa. When you are done, what do? You throw everything away.
That means the spell.
Can we do this for masturbation and fornication? Double. The drunkards, can they use this?
Well, masturbation.
It's not a spell.
It's just the mind.
Okay, your time is gone.
Yes.
So I wanted to know, these are things that are uncurable.
Yes.
Spell
yes.
there. A bim crowd has spelled. Enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Bobo Shanti. Yes. We appreciate your coming. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching Revelations. Do you have any social media handles?
Yes, I'm on social media.
Please give it to us.
With Bobo Shanti. Yes. Bobo Shanti. If you click Bobo Shanti, yes,
you will get all your details there.
Get all my details.
All right. So click Bobo Shanti on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere.
Yeah.
And you get through to Bobo Shanti for all your questions. Thank you so much for watching the biggest and the largest. Shalom. Peace.